this weekend was week 2 of the new season, and the news that came out of that was Kim Kardashian hosting gave them a slight bump in ratings from the historically low season premiere, which was the worst ratings premiere in history of the show. And we know that show's been around a long time. Now, the story about the slip in ratings recently is often attributed to them, quote unquote, going woke, which may be part of it, but also viewing habits have continued to evolve, and more so in the past few years than ever before, going towards more streaming and outside of some live sports and some live news, which those are also kind of moving to streaming as well. We've seen across the board ratings dips for many years now because of the increased competition from streaming, where a lot of money is being poured for new content, but also leaving traditional TV kind of in the dust from a financial and creative perspective, even though a lot of these traditional networks are the ones funding some of these big streaming services, but you can tell they're kind of moving away from their traditional telecasts. But you will also see people attribute the dip in ratings to the show maybe not having the same influence as it once did, which may be true, but if you also look at the numbers on YouTube, for instance, of these sketches being uploaded, they do really well. Like, they get millions of views still. So that goes back to what I just said about there being a shift in viewership. Now, from an advertising perspective, this shift may not be hurting the bottom line too much because Saturday Night Live appears to be favored in the algorithm, thus resulting in these millions of views, and is most likely in the top tier of ads from YouTube, meaning they get premium ads on their videos, leading to a bigger paycheck from Google AdSense. Now, on the network front for ad spots during live broadcasts, only a few years ago during the 2016 election cycle, and soon after when SNL capitalized on the Trump versus Hillary and then the following Trump presidency, that whole thing sent ad prices skyrocketing in the 2016, 2017 years. But I haven't really found any information out there about any changes to that, indicating that they probably haven't increased their ad prices that much, or maybe not at all. Because I feel like if they did, they would be reporting on it and spinning it as kind of support for any agenda they're pushing or support for the stances that they have on the show. But even so, it may not be a bad thing to have same price for an ad for less viewers if those sticking around are more in line with the niche that they are catering to. And if an advertiser is finding value and willing to pay the price, then there really isn't a problem for Saturday Night Live or NBC and NBC Universal as a whole. And it could also tell us who SNL and advertisers are targeting here. And it isn't me, but that doesn't mean it shouldn't exist or that those that it does serve should be abandoned, because the Chipotles and the Raising Cane's and the Dollar Trees of the world rely on people from many niches for their success.